Peace and blessings, y'all. It's Darth Vasikasi with level 7 and 7 principles. Tonight I'm coming out of principle of womb science. I felt like coming out to the fire again tonight and being grounded and doing some meditation. And I wanted to share my thoughts with you guys. I'm calling this what is the womb and who has one? I'm not sure if I'm even titled it that or not, but that's definitely what this is about. What is the womb and who has one? And the layman would say that a womb is where you have babies. I literally ask people that question. What is a womb? And they'll say, where the baby's born, where the baby's created or made, a place where the baby sit at until they come out. Well, the womb is so much more than that. And it's spiritual science behind what I'm about to tell you guys. So I think I'm going to give you some history on that spiritual science. I guess this is in 2008. I've always been a highly spiritual, highly connected being. And this is around 2008. One of the visions that I had was I was shown the birth cycle. I was shown an actual couple, a Moor, black, whatever you want to call it, melanated, carbonated, male and female mating. It wasn't beings that I knew. They were mating, and I saw the sperm enter her. I saw the sperms into the egg, and even the way that I saw it, it was more jelly-like opposed to the way they show it. When they show the individual sperms, it's more just gel-like. And it entered the egg. But the egg was already alive. It was more dormant than dead. Like, they'll say the egg is dead. It's ridiculous. It was dormant, as in sleep, resting. And then, when the sperm entered the genetic material, things started happening. One of the most important things that I saw happening that you don't hear about in science was, I saw a vortex leave from the womb man. A portal, a vortex, almost like the way a black hole would look, but like a funnel, but the thin end was from at her, and the wider end was out into the universe. And it was a call. It was like a call when the heart beat of the egg, of the zygote at this point, sent a rhythm through that vortex, and a soul. And I've seen souls before. That's a whole nother video. I've seen what a soul looked like, almost like a fluorescent light ball, surrounded by a membrane, and it flutters. It literally flutters when it moves, like almost transparent wings, I guess, on it. But anyway, I saw it was like souls, more than one, heard this call, but this particular one was the one to answer. And it came through the vortex and into the mother, through the navel. It came in through the navel, and then I can't remember, but it was something about like how this soul. Oh, mind you, this was 3 hours after conception that the soul entered the woman, the womb man. It was 3 hours. He was gone. The being was gone, and this was happening within her. That the heartbeat sent out a signal, and it came into her, and it even showed the way the soul came through the baby's navel, through that cord, through, and I mean the flesh, because it wasn't a baby, it was just flesh at this point. And they came in to the baby, the zygote at this point. It was just a heart and a spine, but the soul was there in that before it even started growing limbs. The soul was growing with the body, and this is what I was shown. And some of this I've actually researched later and found some things in this. That I've found some things in this in science, that is true. Some of the physicalities of what I saw. So one, when I'm coming with tonight, what is the womb? That's partially why I'm coming from where I'm coming from. And then two, another very spiritual encounter I had out here in the desert in Arizona. Y'all know I've told you before, I mostly sleep in my RV. I love to sleep because it's closer to nature to me. Like, sometimes I'll actually even sleep in the tent, but the RV is just more secure. It's outside, it's on wheels. I could go when I want to go. I could sleep where I want to sleep, anywhere. And I like the feeling of that. I used to do tents, but I'm doing the RV a lot now. And then I like to be next to my mesquite tree. I have a huge mesquite tree in the yard. Wish I could show you guys the pictures of it. I think I might have one. I might shoot one with the video if I can find it tomorrow, when I shoot this video out. But anyway, so I went to rest in one of my meditations, really deep meditation. And it was about 12:30 midnight, well, in that time frame between 12 and 12:30, that I was visited. I was visited by the darkness. And I've seen this darkness twice before, and I'm not going to give that story now. I think I actually have it in another video, but just to make this one not too long. But I was visited by this darkness that I'd seen twice before. And the darkness spoke to me. And it's so wild right now as I'm doing this video, because I don't even know if you can see. That's the moon. It's not half yet. It's almost a half moon. But as I was just saying that, it's pitch black out here. Like, this is the sky, it's the moon, and it's pitch black opposed to me and my fire. But when I just said that just now, I felt the presence again, and it's here now. It's like all around me as I'm doing this video. It's awesome. It's scary, and if you can see me right now, I have chills on my face. I feel it running up my spine. But anyway, so I was visited by this darkness, and when I saw it prior, I didn't know what it was, but I knew it was a presence. I knew it was alive. And I think it may even be in the video Whose Daughter Have I Secrecy and What Are 7 Principles. I'm not sure, but I'll do just a video on this. But anyway, I'm being long-winded. And the voice the presence was like my mother, a mother, feminine, soft yet strong, just mother feeling. Like the presence, the voice was actually masculine and feminine simultaneously. You know, you make that out, maybe Steven Spielberg can do a movie of this shit right here. And she said, you asked to see my face. And mind you, that was my prayer to God, to the male deity, God. You send me on these missions. I know it's from you. I know it's from my source. I do all these things. Why can't you show me you? You feel me? In the biblical times, you could show them. Why can't you show me you? I used to say this, for years. Through the fast that I went through, you can see that on that one video I just mentioned. Just a lot. And this voice was more feminine, but with a masculine hint in there somewhere. So she said, you asked to see my face, so I will show you my face. She said, no, you asked to see my face, And I've shown you my face twice. Have you not yet recognized me? That's what that was. So what I'm coming from now, when I say what is the womb, it is out of those two situations. Very highly spiritual situations that I just named. Okay, I'm going to quick pause. And what she said to me that night was this. She said, or so she explained to me, that she was source. She was the all. That she was a womb. And that a womb is a mind, but a mind. She said the universe and the universes are minds, are wombs. And that she was my source. She said that every being on the planet has a womb, including the male species, she said, the male being. She said, but his womb is in the mind. All beings have a womb called mind. She said, but I have given you, the womb man, 2 wombs. She said, I've given you the womb, or the mind, the womb called mind, and I've given you the mind called womb. She said, you have a direct connection to me. She wanted to explain me, my ancestors, my predecessors, those before me, all the way back, that we have this link to source. So what is the womb? Oh, and then she also explained that there are womb centers on the planet that's being controlled, and they are the creation centers. And I asked her, so what do you mean the creation centers? And, you know, in my limited childlike imagination, I'm like, so what do you, like a car? It's like, where do you make cars? She said, yes. She said they control all the creation centers, and all creation centers are wombs. Wherever creation is happening, production is a womb, and that's why they do not allow you to create. That's why they control the creation centers. And she went on to explain about in school how we're not creating but memorizing, and that it's time for the womb man to create again. It's time for all of us, but she really specified the womb man. So point, what is the womb? The womb is a mind. That is all of our connection to the universe itself. Womb man and her son has a connection. Like, you wonder how, you know, the black man, the divinity of the black man, how is he divine? He is divine because his womb called mind can birth from the source. He has the creation center as in the source. And all men, no matter the race, all men do have a creation center called the mind. But the mind, again, is a womb. This is coming from source. The mind is a womb. So that's how my sons, so who have a womb? We all do. My son's womb come out of that carbonated, melanated womb man. So his spirituality is different than other men on the planet. He can do, let's say, what a Mexican, a Caucasian, you know what I mean? Like, he could, his spiritual abilities is different than other beings because of the carbon. And what is carbon able to do? Now, look that up in science. Just do a whole research on carbon itself. And heavily carbonated people, that's your spirituality. That's a link. That's your connection to the universal womb / mind itself. Now, but then you have the womb man. It's 2 sides to her womb. She has the physical side, the tool, the physical tool of creation, where her body, inside of her body, is building. It's like a just like inside of a man body, like it's like a what do you call that? A production area, like an assembly line where sperm is being created. That's the same or different in the womb man. Like, they think that, again, the man has the seed. No, the seed is in her. The seed already, she's born with all of her seeds, the apple. She's already born with all of her seeds in her. And if they're not used, they pass through her and out of her. That's what you call menstruation. They don't rotate inside of her. But it's not beings that's dying, unless you're considering the beings called cells, because they're actual beings too, but not those beings. So you're not killing a soul or losing souls. You're just it's just flesh rotation is what's happening. It's flesh rotation, and it's all female, by the way. Every little boy was once a little girl. So you have this production happening in her, and once she allows sperm to release genetic material into her, then, you know, the physical body is going through the process of birthing, and then the body grows into her. The body grows within her, on, and then, like I said, 3 hours later, the sperm enters into her and all of that. So that's one side. I mean, there's so much more to that, but that's just one side. And then you have the other side, which is the spiritual side. Like that vision I told you around 2008, when it was shown that she sends out, the heartbeat itself sends out tone, a beat through that vortex. So she's a vortex. And then, you know, the soul comes through. She's a portal. And then, I don't know if I said this earlier, but when the baby comes out, they showed the womb in a circle with water in front of it, almost like the movie, the show used to come on. What's it called? Stargate, SG-1. That and they showed where like a being will come from one realm. This is in the vision. One realm through the Stargate into another realm. That's what's happening with the womb man. She has the portal, the vortex, the Stargate to other realms. The other realm, like no matter who the being, no matter if it's the Messiah, if it's Hitler, if it was Satan, if that was a true being, no matter who it is, you, me, needs to come here on the physical realm. She has the production for that. The flesh is building within her. You feel me? And then she has the connection, the celestial link. The vortex, the portal, the Stargate, to bring a being into her, allow it to grow, and then allow it out of her Stargate. And then she has, within that vortex and that portal, she can literally go through it with her mind, or with her womb called mind, with her mental. She can connect to the Stargate and go through the Stargate and connect with Yazi, the source. Yazi is what I call the source. And she can connect with Yazi. That's why when a man plugs into a womb man, he's not just plugging into, excuse me, but he's not just plugging into some pussy. He's not just plugging into just some yoni. You feel me? He is plugging into the direct connection with God. And then like white women and other races of women, like let me say European women, they are the gods of their races too. No, they cannot do what I can do because they lack carbon, and that's not my fault. You know, they have melanin in all of their major organs and stuff, but they don't, have what I have and can do what I do. But as long as she respect me as Iyazi, I'll respect her as a goddess. You feel me? Iyazi and goddess, two different things. That I am direct manifestation of source, and she is just one of my children. And she can respect me as that, and and want to help Mother Earth, partially Father Earth, Gad, but that's the flesh part of it, not the water part. That's she. But then I'm with all people, as long as we're about growth. But if you're not, if you're against me and my seed, that's a whole nother thing. That's a whole nother video about this war we're in, y'all. And I'm gonna do a video on this one. This war is about the womb, man. The whole war, this whole planet. And they told you in scripture, your doctrine, they told you what this war was about. But we'll do that one later. But right now, process that. Study that, look it up, go wherever you need to go on what I just said. What is the womb and who has a womb? All of us have a womb. What is the ultimate womb? The womb is the source. The source. Let me show you something. Let me show you this. For the brothers and the sisters, but I want to show the brothers how they have a womb. But this applies to all of us. In the darkness of your mind, when you're in the quiet and in your meditation, there's the darkness. That's the womb. But let me show you impregnation in your mind. Your thought, when you have a thought, that's sperm. When you think of something, you know what? I want to make a different kind of tennis shoe. I don't care what it is. That's the light in the dark, the thought. That's the sperm. That's the genetics. Hear me. When you mesh those two together, you have the zygote, you have the egg. When you become concrete in your thought, okay, I'm going to do this. Word is part of that manifestation. I'm going to do this. Then it's an impregnation. Your mind is impregnated. So do this, so first off, too, to everybody. When you have a thought, and then you are impregnated with thought, don't just go flying out there and be hasty and make it so-called manifest. No, incubate it. Have a gestation period. Sit on it. Meditate on that shit for at least 3 months. Meditate on your thought. Give life and energy to your thought and then deliver. Put energy in it every night. If you start making moves toward it, do not birth your thoughts until you have manifested it, until you have, let's use a car. Say I want a car. I choose to have a car. Once you say I choose to have a car, that's a sperm. Once you say I'm going to get that car, you just impregnated. You just became impregnated. You put the word out. You're impregnated. You have a mental impregnation. Don't just go out and go get a car. Sit on your thought. Develop your thought. Allow it to grow. Allow it to get its soul. See it. And this is like what they do with memory boards. But see it in the mind. And that's necessarily, even if you see it on the board, manifest on that board what you see in your mind first. Create it in your mind first. What the tires look like, the rims, the smell of the car. Create the whole being the whole thing in your mind. A complete thing in your mind. And once you can just go into your meditation, you put all the pieces to it, go in there and just jump in that car and it's smooth. It's like nothing messing with your thought. You just have a clear thought. Then it's the time to birth. Then it's developed. Allow your thoughts to develop. Allow your child to develop. We don't just birth children, y'all. We birth thoughts. And I'm actually starting on June 19th. Every year you'll see this National Black Creation Day. Birth of thoughts. We can teach children to birth thoughts and go into this metaphysical, spiritual, and physical side of this and make things happen in our lives. So I just want to throw that out there for the brothers and sisters. Brothers, I'm not a female. You are. Anyway, you came from your mother. But that's how you birth a thought. That's how your mental womb works. We all have that. and sisters, rise. Step up to the place. Step up as God. Step up on your throne. You have it. No matter what is said, use your common sense and go within. You know that you can do things. You have abilities with that womb that no other being on the planet has. So why we keep letting them take it from us? You don't have to. You can't listen to no man when it comes to your womb. I'm sorry, because they don't have the womb, so they don't understand the inner workings of this thing. Physical, metaphysically, spiritually, they don't know the connection. Because even some things that's happened with you that you don't even realize or know, not necessarily realize, but understand, like how you have the spiritual connection or what happened. But ain't no preacher talking no shit like that. Ain't no shaman. Our sons with melanin can connect, but they can't connect like you could connect. There's certain things that are allotted, but there's certain things that are not. You have to connect back to the source and bring God's back to this planet and save your nation. They say it and don't even realize what they're saying. They've been saying it for years. A nation is only as strong as its womb, man. I'm not new to this. You may be newly seeing me. I'm not new to this. Anybody who know me, thousands of people who know me, this is what I do. They come to my house. I just don't do it on video. We sit in each other's presence and we break bread and we cipher is what we call it. You feel me? Over the fire, like now I'm at the fire, my feet planted on the ground, grounding myself for years. This is what we've been doing. But it's time for a new awakening. So just like the sisters, the brothers are going to have to come into this, but it's going to have to come from mother now. Father, don't understand this affirmation completely. Even he had the science of it, he don't have the experience of it. He can't. Unless he is transfigured back his physical body back into a yoni. And he don't have the portal. And that's what's missing from the Y chromosome. The portal, the stem is missing the womb. But I love you guys. Daughter of Secrecy level 7 principle. It's our time. Like, subscribe. Join my Facebook page. Who is Daughter of Secrecy and the 7 principles. Daughter of Secrecy and the 7 principles on Facebook. You can check out one of the works that I do. Be More Postcards on Facebook / Be More Postcards. That's one of my passions that I do. I love you guys. Until next time. Peace.